Hi everybody. This is Brian here from the Fan Project, and I wanted to address you directly. It's been a few weeks since the Fan Project has put out any videos, and that's in due part because of scheduling conflicts and illnesses, and what we'll talk about briefly here. As many of you may know already, the Timberwolves have made it to the playoffs, and Cullen and I have been doing our part as fans to cheer them on. With that being said, there's been a recent series of events, if you will, against the Denver Nuggets. And we've lost as a part of our team for the time being Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, and many others. And as much of a hard loss as that can be, we want to make sure that we don't gloss over what is even worse. Nobody likes to see injuries happen in the NBA, but no injury is worse than the beating that the Nuggets have had in the first round of the playoffs. If anything like this has happened to you or a loved one, we know that it's not a circumstance that people like being in, but there's somebody that you can call, can contact to make sure that you're taken care of if you've gotten injured on the job, like these individuals you're seeing to next to me right now. So if you've been injured on the job, please reach out to Elliot Frayne Injury Law. That's right, Elliot Frayne Injury Law here in Minnesota helps people with workers' comp cases, including allowing free consultations, not asking for anything up front. In fact, only having to pay once they've done right by you and you get paid out during your case. So if you've dealt with any injuries, unforeseen circumstances that have led you to maybe, let's say, exit in the first round, please reach out to Elliot Frayne Injury Law. And without further ado, here is the Fan Project. Colin, it's been a minute. You want to hey guys? Do you want to do the hey guys? Hey guys. What was that? Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Oh, I actually should be the what's the CSI Miami? No, you know.
No.
But it's like a pun. We gotta do a pun.
Okay. Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome.
Just explain why we've been gone.
Yeah, that's actually what a great place to start, man. What a great place to start. All right. So we've been gone for a minute, partially due to sickness again. It's been just seasonal allergies, I think, going back and forth.
Mine was I coughed a million times in like a 3-day period.
Yeah. No, and it's like that cough where like you feel embarrassed around other people because you're like, I swear I don't have the bubonic plague in me.
No, I felt like I had the bubonic plague.
No, you were coughing up black stuff. You were talking in different languages. I mean, it
felt like it. It felt like it.
No, but
I was slithering?
Yeah, I told you. You were on the bathroom slithering. That's the best way I could describe it. But I don't know where
you weren't there.
No.
You were not with me for 1 minute of that.
No, but so basically there's been a combination of things that has led to us. Basically, we haven't put out a video for a few weeks. We were going to do a whole Wolves Week thing. And again, partially I had a job. I got furloughed from my job.
Yeah.
So I
had the job for 2 weeks and then got furloughed.
Yeah, so I got a new job at a dispensary here in Minneapolis, and it was been going good, but I ended up within a matter of less than a month got furloughed due to some scheduling change with like the scheduling of hemp and
with the government,
cannabis.
like
governmental change. Yeah, exactly. So currently now we have more time to do this. We have some stuff already filmed. We just got to go through some editing and everything like that too. But man, we are now what? The Wolves are 3-2. But in the matter of time of going 3-2, we've lost Anthony Edwards to a hyperextension of the knee that he wasn't having troubles with.
Yeah.
And then, which I cannot watch that video.
No.
It's the same problem that the NBA and every other sport has always had, where they go, let's watch that again.
Dude, honestly, I can watch that one that looks worse
It's
more
so
than the
hard to
Dante
watch.
one, because Dante just moved forward like I do 150 times every time I play pickleball.
Yeah.
Where that one is more scary to me because it's like that. I mean, it could literally just happen to you at any moment. He just literally walked forward,
Right,
like
but
you
with
do
the Dante's
how many
one,
times?
well, if you think about like Tyrese Halliburton, like when you watch the Tyrese Halliburton one, you can see it
Yeah.
happen, right? I couldn't really see it with Dante's.
No, but
you know
he
it
tore his
happened.
Achilles.
I know, you
and it
know
was
it happened.
just a normal movement.
I know.
Like at no part of my life am I trying to block someone where I'm moving backwards and my leg plants while I'm like still moving backwards. I am taking a step like Dante did almost every single day 100 times. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. When we were playing pickleball earlier today, like there was a moment in time where I was pivoting, and
Yeah.
I thought that's the exact.
That's what I'm
move
saying.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did that like 5 or 6 times today, where it's like that almost like weirds me out more because it's something you do every day.
Yeah. So anyway, little bit of background with that of why it's taken a minute for us to get back, but we took some shots around the city. We do hope that again we were up 3-2. We'll talk about the series a bit, and I do want to actually kind of do some trivia with Cullen because, like I said, as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of the Wolves, have been for years, and Cullen knows I've been there for the other series against the Nuggets that we'd come back 20 points and won the game 7, but yeah, no, it's been an incredible series. We just haven't been able to really cover as much as maybe we hoped. But we might be going through some changes here in the next few months as well, because we were talking about how we have the baseball season coming up, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not like super into baseball. Like I appreciate. Here's the thing: if you have a good pitching performance. Oh, I could watch somebody who's an incredible pitcher pitch somebody, like strike someone out, do that, and it can be so suspenseful and intense, and I like it. But when you have 100 and how many games in a season?
162,
something like that.
I think.
At some point, I don't care. At some point,
dude, I don't know. Everybody says that, but honestly, the baseball regular season is better than the basketball regular season. And
it's so hard to keep up with everything. That it's the same with the basketball. It's like sometimes the basketball I wait until the postseason. And last year when I was watching the Dodgers and Blue Jays, it was like one of the best World Series I had ever watched.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
yeah,
until
that was incredible.
But no, we'll be figuring out a kind of a new concept for the channel too. But we're gonna be having some fun while we do it. So you're just gonna have to kind of keep tight, watch the videos that come out. We're gonna try to do some more skits and everything too. I think just have fun with it. But if you guys got some suggestions, just make sure to message us, let us know, comment, and give us some ideas if you have some ideas as well. But with that being said, I think that the first thing that we want to dive into is really just getting back into. I mean, let's talk about the series, man, because I don't know. Where do you want to begin?
Oh, dude, I don't even know where to begin. Like, you know, I'm in this spot now where, like, I mean, I still think that we can win this series.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much it matters. Like, because even it's like you were saying earlier, like, say we go out and win tonight, the Spurs series, because they finished, is going to start very soon then. And I mean, Anthony Edwards is still like a week and a half out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Spurs are just so much better than the Nuggets. Well, and
let me pull up too, but just to give some perspective. First game we lose. Okay, it is what it is. You know, we look okay. It's a long series. Second game, we win by 5 points. Now, this was a fun game to watch, man. So this was the game where we were like, kind of just like down for a lot of it, but by like 10 points, 5 points. But then by the end of the game, we were getting like, it was, if you remember, we were watching the fourth quarter. This was the one where like Jamal missed his fadeaway shot at the end.
Oh yeah,
Dante got it and slammed it to go up by 4 or 5. But this was like this is where like the defensive masterclass of Jaden McDaniels and Rudy Gobert really started to shine in the series.
Dude, so the game 2 of the series 2 years ago, the where we did go to the game 7.
Yeah.
Game 2 of that series was like the best defensive game I've seen from a team. Like, if you go back and watch the highlights of that game, like it literally felt like a boxing match, like a UFC fight in that game. And this one didn't feel as much like that, but very similar defensive-wise. I don't know why it's always game 2, but maybe it's because they really want to steal one in Denver each of those times.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, this second game that we won wasn't a game that made me feel like I was happy about the performance, right, of like defensively and like how we handled it, but it was a game where we could have easily lost.
Well, dude, this game is where like they figured out. So it was like we had the bad first quarter, but they figured out that they just, and this is where the Jaden McDaniels quote came from, the bad defenders thing.
Yeah.
But they figured out that they just needed to attack Denver in this game. When they started doing that, they pulled way far away.
Yeah.
And then they kept that same energy going into the third game and just crushed them.
Dude, get this. First quarter, Minnesota 25 points, Denver 39 points in the first quarter of this game.
Yeah.
Next quarter, completely flipped. Us 39, them 25.
Yeah.
Tied 64-64. And then we go like basically tit for tat, 26-29, and then 29-21 in the fourth. And it again, it was one of those games where it's like we were just kind of like, I remember you, I, and Scott were watching that game, and we were on pins and needles until the last like minute of that game.
Well,
and then we finally were like, oh, man.
Do you remember Scott's first quarter comment?
Dude, Scott was like, it's
Series
over.
Series
It's
over.
over.
This is our buddy Scott.
It did
and
look
of course
bad.
his wife Becca goes, "You're gonna regret saying that."
Yep. No, but it did look bad. I got to give him. I mean, Anthony Edwards was 10 of 25. Dude, this was the game in the press conference. Not only did Jaden McDaniels have the iconic quote of they're all bad defenders, to list them name by name, but then Anthony Edwards goes to the press conference, by the way, looking completely different from Julius Randle. You know, Anthony Edwards, tilted side cap, you know, wife beater on, and Julius Randle with a white dress shirt with a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that Anthony Edwards does is he looks at the stat sheet and goes, "Man, I was an ass, man." I was like, oh, this is why I love you, man. Like, you're not hiding away from the fact I did not play to my extent. I'm glad we won, but I did not play well. It was so good.
He's an ass man.
Yeah, he's an ass man, yeah. So then the third game, this is now the game following Jaden McDaniels saying they're all bad defenders, right? Which everybody was saying, you don't poke the bear. You don't poke the bear. What was the thing you showed me where it was like the bear, right? I think maybe you showed me that.
Oh, I did. I don't remember what it was.
But it showed the next game, because the next game we end up winning.
Dude, crushed them.
113 to 96.
And even that, like, it really didn't feel that close.
No.
That game.
Because we got up by, first quarter. They had 11 points in the first quarter.
We destroyed them.
And then they never recovered.
Mm-hmm.
This is where everything turns, right? So game 4, we do come out 112 to 96. However, in the first quarter, we lose Dante DiVincenzo to a season-ending Achilles injury. And then we lose Anthony Edwards. Was it in the second quarter? I think it was the second quarter. We lose Anthony Edwards to a hyperextended knee. The opposite knee that he was struggling with, but now a 4-week timeline potentially of being out.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they said 2 weeks,
yeah,
right? But it's one of those injuries that I mean, you're hoping for the earliest time frame, but
yeah,
you're just not gonna get that.
But
I don't know.
Honestly, this was the game where it's like we lost him, and we are devastated as Wolves fans. But Io goes off for a career high 43 points, 13 of 17, I think he was, and then where's that? 13 of 17, 5 of 5 from the 3-point range, 12 of 12 from the free throw line, and then 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, but. My goodness. I mean, still an incredible effort by Rudy Gobert. And my goodness. It's just then it was, last game we finally saw like what we expected, which was we lost to go stay up but be down, or what am I trying to say? We're up in the series 3-2 is what I'm trying to say. But even though we only lost by 12 points, you could just tell the pieces that were missing are the pieces that were missing. They still played well. We talked about this a little bit. You tell me your thoughts, because, now we got Terrence Shannon Jr. and Jordan Clark, who we've seen before and we do like in spurts.
Jordan Clark.
Or not Jordan Clark. Sorry, Jalen Clark, I meant to say, yeah. But no, tell me your thought, because we were talking about it earlier, but just your feelings, man.
I don't know. It's like,
tell me your feelings.
Honestly, I'm not scared of Denver. No. Like, I think we can beat Denver. We beat Denver in this game if how many? What was his 3.2? Where's what's that guy's name?
Yeah.
Spencer Jones goes 4 of 5 from 3. Like, that's not gonna happen.
And here's the thing,
But it did happen, and we lost. So like, it happened. But
for all the Nuggets fans potentially watching, I just want to say, with all due respect, you guys are not good enough to win the NBA Finals, and I mean that with all due respect. All due respect, y'all freaking suck, dude. You are bad defenders. That includes Cam Johnson, Spencer Jones, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. Again, all due respect, so you can't be mad.
Spencer Jones is a good defender.
True, but y'all suck.
I'm gonna put my hat of positivity on.
Okay.
I wish I still had my
I
sunshine.
mean, you got Bulls hats around.
Where?
Like Dabnell's ass hat. Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
That's
Not
so
gonna work.
tough.
Yeah,
It's not gonna work.
But no, okay. So this is the most positive that I can be about the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
Close out the game tonight. Anthony Edwards injured his other knee, which sucks.
Yeah.
But now he has to sit. Both knees are going to get healthy as he's sitting. We need to take one game in San Antonio to start the series.
Okay.
So you go 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully go like 1-1 in Minnesota, so you're 2-2, and Anthony Edwards can come back. Because he had to sit, both knees are now better than they were going into the series, right? Because it was a forced seeding. So I really feel like like best case scenario, go 2-2 in those first 4 games. You get Anthony Edwards back for game 5. Hopefully steal that one in San Antonio. In best case scenario, you then end it in game 6.
Yeah.
But, and then if that does happen, like, you've got a lot of, if you win that series against San Antonio, you've got so much momentum going into the OKC series that I feel good about it.
Well,
I don't feel it bad in an OKC series.
No,
right
it's
now.
just
with a healthy team.
Right.
But you still, no matter what, are gonna not have Dante, which sucks because he was really starting to come on. But you know, then if you have momentum going into the OKC series, we have beaten them. We have a matchup problem against them. They could not figure out Rudy Gobert this year like they did last year.
Yeah.
And then you go play a series against the East that technically should be an easier series than the other 2 that you've gone. So, like, you're being super positive. We're still winning the title.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing: is that, like, losing Dante sucks, and I don't want to, like, take anything away from Dante, but it's an injury we can overcome as a team, right? Like, we would rather not have it, but when it comes to winning a championship with the team that we currently have, we can overcome it, right? Io can jump in and act as the role player he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it.
The thing is, for me, I think we can overcome any one injury.
Yeah.
It's just 2 that is tough.
Especially
at the same position. Yeah. Very similar positions. Because I think we could overcome an Anthony Edwards injury for a series.
Yeah.
But Dante would be a big factor in that.
Yeah.
I think we can overcome a Dante injury, but both of them together is what, in a freaking, like, 5-minute span.
I know.
Like,
well, and the worst part is that, like,
and then Nasman, I actually don't even know. I think Nas is playing.
is super
yeah,
but that seemed like
I had to look that up.
When you watch the video, like, yes, guy stepped on his ankle by accident, but it could have been way worse. I think they just didn't want to risk it. But no, it honestly, I do think that everybody says this. I think a lot of years, but whoever comes out of the West is winning this year. Because there's nobody in the East when you watch those series right now.
Boston.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Boston's even struggling at 3-2 in their current series that they're in. In a series I thought they would win outright. Let me pull it up real quick. No, honestly, the Celtics would be probably my, like, I would be the most concerned about them from the East. No other team scares me from the East. Even the Cavaliers. I don't think the Cavaliers scare me.
Well, no, they've been terrible.
I mean, no, I know they haven't.
Dude, remember when we were covering the Cavs?
Yeah.
I told you. They either lose in the first round or go to the finals.
You
like,
did say that.
They're either gonna, hit a hot streak and go to the finals, or just not be that great. They're leading the series though.
Yeah,
too.
Dude, how about the downfall of the Pistons right now?
I know, that's crazy. That's actually probably the craziest series going on right now.
Especially with Cade back and everything too.
Yeah.
And the Rockets has been, like, just losing Kevin Durant, but I mean, they're coming back. They're now 3-2 when they were down 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, there's no real like front runner other than maybe you'd think
That's
like
just what the East is.
I know.
I mean, that's what
But
we
that's-
need to get there. We need to get in the East.
and that's why I feel like, especially in the past like few seasons, it's like going against OKC in that Western Conference final. It's like that feels like that's the final. Whoever wins that is going to make it out. You know.
I think the only thing the East has is they all have such an easy road, and then the West is just, I mean, say we don't beat the Spurs, then the Spurs are going against the Thunder. That would be such a good series. That would be a crazy series, but it's like, then those teams went through the grinder.
Yeah.
And you almost go into the next the finals thinking like, phew, we made it out of the West. And then if it's any team other than the Celtics, I feel pretty good. But if you make it out of the West and then you just have the Celtics sitting there, it's like, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like, that's still gonna suck. I don't think it's just any team from the West is gonna win. I think they have the best chance, but still, if you see the Celtics,
I think in general that's the only team I'm really.
Yeah, I wouldn't be scared of seeing the Pistons or seeing
any other team, honestly.
No, because what would the third team be? What's the
Lakers?
The cat? Well, it's got to be the East, though.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's West. Yeah, my bad. I honestly I don't know, but I think that the so you had I think you hit the nail on the. Is that how I say nail on the nose? Head on nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head when saying that if we can somehow get to 2-2 against the Spurs, if we make it through the series, which we will.
That's optimistic. Timberwolves fan.
We'll make it. Everything's fine.
You want the negative version of everything?
No, I don't. No, I think tonight's a pivotal because, like I said, it's home game. If it goes back to Denver,
you know what?
Yeah,
I think every playoff game is pivotal.
Yeah,
you could say that about every.
I hate when it's like, hey, this is a must-win game.
Yeah.
Well, ain't every fucking game a must-win game?
Sometimes that works, but
I hate that saying so much. This is a must-win game. It's like, okay, well, do we get eliminated if we lose this game? Well, no. Well, then it's not a fucking must-win game.
I understand it in the context sometimes.
Yeah, but it's still annoying because you hear it all the time. Yeah. So part of us getting in the groove of things is that like we knew we were going to be rooting for the Wolves until they're out of the playoffs, all right? And then probably whoever goes against OKC is who we'll root for. But that being said, I kind of wanted to just get it out of our system, what we've been feeling about the series. There's been a lot to cover, a lot of different, like I said, the Jaden McDaniels, him putting the slander on the Nuggets, which has been fantastic.
Dude, I can't tell you a time where I was more excited for what was all going on, and then to have those two injuries happen within like 5 minutes of each other, and now I know I root for teams that are not in the position to win very often, and I know a lot of fan bases deal with this where like you've had an opportunity and then like injuries happen. The Thunder themselves had that happen where Westbrook went out the 1 year, and then the year after that, Durant was out for the playoffs, and I think it was Durant, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, man,
I know. I know.
For beating the team that like we hate OKC, but we might hate Denver just as much.
Yeah.
And then for like Jaden to do the thing, which was obviously Denver fans hate that, but it was
to follow
so
it up
fun
was
here.
so satisfying.
I know.
It was so satisfying.
For in 5 minutes, it just all feels like it's over. Is just crazy.
Well, and here's the thing: all we have to do right now is make it out of this series, and which we can do. Like I think we can pull out.
All we have to do now, but
it's kind of that whole like. Instead of looking at like, let's say you're building a wall, you have to look at it brick by brick. If you look at the entire wall, you're gonna feel like insurmountable.
He was helping build a wall.
That's what I'm saying. And what way? What do you mean? No,
what
I'm saying,
wall do you think I'm talking about?
Whatever. In the analogy, if you're trying to build a wall, shut the fuck up. I was not. But if you're trying to build a wall, like you can't. If you look at the wall, it's insurmountable. If you do brick by brick, then you can do it. And right now, this is the brick we have to get by, which is Nuggets. I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to be motivational, right?
Because I already did that.
I know.
I took care of that for us.
I'm still in denial. But no, so I thought we got that out of our system because we got to talk about it. We're watching the game tonight. I told Cullen if it's a close game, especially in the fourth quarter, and maybe I won't record us watching the whole game, but I'll record our reaction if we are close in the fourth quarter. Because last time he was here during the.
I think that's cool, but like, you're still just looking forward to a Spurs series that like I just don't.
Yeah,
like.
but I think we got to still have solace in the fact that we beat a.
I will
Nuggets
still
team.
be incredibly happy that we knocked Denver out.
Thank you. That's all I'm looking
Yes.
for. That's all I'm looking for.
Yes.
We don't have to
Okay.
think about this.
Deal.
We have to be in the moment, Colin.
Deal.
Deal. All we have is the moment, Colin.
Deal.
All we have is the moment.
You know, I wish I hated the Spurs more.
Me too.
Like, I almost would rather do Denver and just go straight into beating the fucking Thunder.
I agree.
Like, I like the Spurs.
I kind of like the Spurs too, but like obviously, I like them as a team. But it's Wolves all the way. But I agree with you. Like, I wish I had the hatred for the Spurs that made me just want to just beat them. But I like a lot of their players.
I know.
Which also scares me.
I kind of want to root for them in the playoffs, you know?
If
Obviously, I
we
want the
lose.
Timberwolves
I think if
to,
we
like...
lose, I'd be rooting for the Spurs.
But I'm not... If we go and play this series against them, I'm not going to be able to root for them after that series then.
Yeah, because they were the ones that defeated. Yeah,
right.
I understand. Then
So I
go
almost,
east,
like...
Then.
Yeah. I don't want the Timberwolves to lose, but I also would love to see the Spurs just kick Denver's ass.
Well, I would love to see, if we don't make it, I would love to see the Spurs just wallop the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, yeah, that too.
But anyway, what I thought we could do, just because, you know, it's been a minute since we've been on, and we're kind of just getting back into the groove of it. Sometimes it's just like, you know, it is what it is, you know. I know that you're really good at trivia, right? So I kind of want to do some. We did. Is it Sporkle last time? I was thinking we could do that, and I'm cool with doing a little bit of that, but I kind of want to do a little bit of outside the box kind of trivia a little bit. And so I'm going to pull this up real quick. We'll cut to it because it's going to take me a second to pull it up, but kind of test your knowledge a little bit, Wolves-wise. And I might try to trip you up a little bit, but you know what I mean? So I'm going to try to pull this up, but I'm going to need you to not look at what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Get the fudge out of here, right?